I don't think so. I'll let you produce my show from now on. My pretties.
I can't come.
Hit the like button, you fucking cowards.
Oh.
I can't come.
Just give it time. Behind my paywall.
Aaron does not make me come.
This Dabbleverse is not fucking friendly. By the way, you put the loon in lunar, you dumb fuck. Oh, that ain't gonna fucking happen. Knock who's playing out with one shot.
Catholic grade school, I was blowing a lot of dudes.
I can't come.
Thank you. No, dumbass. I would beat the fuck out of Shuli.
10 people? Oh my Gino?
Now I'm sideways.
Hit the like button.
You know, you never really
Come on, my face.
I can't come.
Just give it time. I hold you guys responsible. You should actually look at yourself in the mirror and go, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I doing this? What's wrong with me?
Yeah, just a bubble. I busted the money. Ooh,
Shuli's Jewish. He can't help it.
We're doing it. Getting a hard on just talking about it. Don't count me out. Mike Moore, shut your fucking mouth. Grabbed my fist and then he raped me. Guy's dick in my ass. Catholic grade school, I was blowing a lot of dudes. Preach to the choir, I'm right here.
I can't come.
Levy. Behind my paywall.
Suck my dick. Yes.
We're having fun. Mike Morse.
Levy.
Aaron does not make me come.
I like loose asshole and huge penis. Fucking asshole.
We're doing it. 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 We're doing it.
And fucking dues pay it. Thank you. You dumb fuck. You dumb fuck. Dumb fuck. Thank you.
Thank me.
Oh, boy. Catholic grade school, I was blowing a lot of dudes. We're doing it. 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 Mike Moore, shut your fucking mouth.
You're fat and you talk like a moron.
I'm not a great man. 10 people. Oh my Gino.
I like loose asshole and huge penis.
Guy's dick in my ass.
It's time to wake up. Time to get out of bed.
Get out of here, Carpenter, you son of a bitches.
Time to wake up. Gotta get out of bed. Get the fuck out of bed, bitch, go. Get up, and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch, get up. Get up, get up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the BS Show. We are Shuli-free today. My camera is fixed, and we have a very special guest. First, my immediate... I'm finally on the top. It feels so good. To my immediate, well, that would be that way, is the one and only Reverend Bob Levy. Say hello, Bob.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing? And our very special guest, a good friend and a very funny fella from Florida, and live from Florida, it is Jim Florentine.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yo.
How you doing? How you
Look
doing,
at
man?
Bob showing off his muscles. He's got that friggin' no sleeves.
It's a pool wipe.
Seems like he's mad at someone.
No, I'm mad. How can you get mad at a fucking retard? You know what I mean?
First of all, I just want to know. I've been out of it, traveling and stuff. All I know is Friday night, me and my girl Karen are down in AC. We go see John Fogerty, and we're staying at the Borgata. We run into Kevin. We hang with him. Then Bob comes down. Everyone's having a great time, like old times, just laughing. Yeah. No BS, no nothing. And then, like 3 days later, the whole thing blew up. Like, what happened?
What happened?
Well,
he's a fucking lunatic.
Thank you for the gifted membership. Before we get involved in the story, what was that? You put that up again, guys? There you go. Flex, thank you for the membership.
I have no idea. You know what I mean? I have no idea. He basically, Melton was joking, said, "Oh yeah, Chad called. He's trying to get info." Chad called about a roast or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
But what info was going on in Atlantic City? We're all just hanging out, talking. Bob saying how
nothing even happened yet because he's a fucking paranoid fucking lunatic. You know what I mean? It has to make up shit so he has a show. I mean, what happened?
I know. Well, first of all, Bob saying how he tells Gina, his wife, that to tell him his dick is pretty. I'm like, Bob, it can't be pretty. It can't
it's
be.
just hilarious.
There's no such thing as
a
pretty dick.
We had a great time. We would fucking laugh, and
I know.
it was unbelievable. And he's just, I don't get it. I just don't understand it. You know, how fucking miserable this. His family must be like prisoners there. You know.
Well, it's
he
weird
goes
that
after my family. So what I'm doing, since he's threatening me, I have hired a group of people, not a group of people, a couple of people that will they will check out this family. They will be doing videos of them to see about them since they coming after me. So we will have a background on them. A surveillance team will be sent out. So
well, that's breaking.
That's
news.
coming. Well, that's coming soon. Yes.
Okay.
Wait, you're gonna have people film who?
Oh, his wife, where she goes, and that everybody. You know, I need to know everything about a family that's coming after me. So yes, I will step it up.
What? So what? Why? So how is he coming after you?
Oh, he's sending the IRS. He's threatening every day. You know,
The IRS.
Oh yeah. It makes no sense. So I'm just going to. Well, we're going to step it up a little bit.
There's 87,000 new IRS agents. They know everything. They already hit me from 3 years ago in New Jersey. They didn't pay $400 and it was $900. They're combing through everything. So if you did anything, they'll find you.
Exactly. You know, so I'm just checking to, I need to know all about this family.
It's just weird though, because everyone was getting along. Like, I haven't seen Kevin in forever, probably like 2 or 3 years. I think probably before the pandemic. And I haven't seen you in a while. We'll pop into each other, probably once a year. It was just great seeing everybody. We're hanging. Melton was there. That's the first time I met him. He said he opened for me a few years back. I don't remember. And a couple guys that flew in for the show, hanging at the bar, drinking. Karen's getting along with your wife, and having laughs with Kevin. Just going over old times and stuff, and Bob, and then all of a sudden, the whole 3 days later, it's a war.
Well, yeah, that's the thing where Kevin was saying that he's telling stories about these terrible things Bob did. Meanwhile, it's stuff Bob has talked about on the air, for 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, that's the thing when you got in radio, Mike, too. When you went on Opie and Anthony or Howard Stern, you have to have the craziest stories that ever happened in your life.
Right.
You need those because that's what the audience wanted at that time.
Right. And never mind that. That's what they wanted. You didn't get on unless you had something.
You didn't get on. They go, "You got any stories?" I'd call Will from the Stern Show. He goes, "Okay, what do you got? You got any stories for me?"
Right.
Yeah, this one time. Okay, perfect. All right, good. I'm going to tell Howard about that. And that's how you got on.
That's how you got. That's every time a guest was on was pre-screened. Basically, that's what you did, and they went over stuff, and that's how Howard did it.
Yeah, if I said, no, me and my girlfriend just went and took a walk in the park. It was really romantic. They'd be like, all right,
you're not getting on.
Well, call back at 6 months. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what you needed to do. Now everybody plays it safe on every podcast. They're afraid to say anything or anything. But that was it back in the day, and it was great. I mean, you see those documentaries on Vice, Howard versus O&A. I mean, the stuff that was going back and forth was great. No one would do that stuff now.
No.
Now, you were one of the few people who did do both O&A and Howard, right? You were.
I did it after I felt like the Stern Show was changing, which was fine, Right. And then I called Gary, and Gary's like, "Yeah, man, go for it, no problem." I wanted to make sure.
No, it's the same thing because they ended up 86 in all comedians anyway. So
it was the same thing when I went on O&A like twice with Jim Norton before I went on Stern for the first time.
Right.
And I think they were starting to like me, and then I got an offer to go on Stern, and I sent an email to Opie. I go, Opie, look, I got a chance. He goes, go for it, man. Good luck.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. And I sent him an email before. I just want to let you know I'm going to go on July 18th or whatever.
Yeah.
And then once Stern took a liking to me, I just stayed over there.
Right.
You know, and then when I felt like the show was changing, I went over to O&A, and it was fine. No one had problems. I'm still friends with all those guys up there.
Yeah.
Good.
You know, so. But no, it's just sad because it was, you know, everyone was getting along, and then this whole thing blew up, and now you guys, you know, I'm hearing the vicious attacks against each other.
It's him. It's him. You know what I mean? I had a great time there, and I said when I came home, we had a great time. Everybody knew I had a great time. All of a sudden, it's my fault that nobody came. How do you promote? Come and hang out with me, Jim. What kind of fucking a nut job would think people want to? You know what I mean? How big do you think you are that people just want to hang out with you?
I'm a genius.
Well, that was the thing. Like, you know, I know the Brigada. I've been going there for years. I'm like, where's everyone going to hang out? It's always busy. There's people just coming at you 100 miles an hour. You know, you get up at 9 in the morning, the place is packed, the people are gambling and stuff. So you can't just have a group of 30 people just standing around. And there's no area where you can go hang unless you all go to the buffet and hang at some tables and stuff. But there's really no place to. You should have done maybe some other casino or whatever like that. But no, I didn't even know Kevin was there on Friday. I knew you guys were doing this event on Saturday, but I texted you and you said, yeah, I'm doing a podcast with Melton right now. I said, all right, I'll meet you at the bar because John Fogerty was playing over at Caesars. And when it was done, we took the Uber back because I was staying. My sister gambles a lot, so she got me a free room at the Brigada.
Nice.
Or I would have been. And then I was just waiting for Bob. I said, let's go to the bar. And as we were walking to the bar, we ran into Kevin. We're like, holy shit. And Karen loves Kevin. She's like, he's so miserable. I love him. They did a gig in Pennsylvania last time she worked. And he goes, Kevin, are you excited? He goes, for what? And she still laughs at that.
Yeah, I think I was on that one. Yeah, I was
for what?
One. Yeah.
And she's known Kevin for years because she used to be a waitress at the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah.
So, you know, she's like, Kevin over Neil any day. But, you know, so I don't know. And I left from there. I'm like, that was cool just to see those guys and reminisce. And then Chris Stefano came. You must have just missed them.
I just left. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And then that was it. I remember Kevin yelling at me, you sell out, you're going to hang out with Chris. I haven't seen him in a while. He was going to a club. I'm like, all right.
But why didn't he go?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing, you know. Like, he didn't even tell me there was no show that night. He didn't even tell anyone he was there. You know what I mean? He wasn't answering fucking Melton stuff, you know. It's just ridiculous, you know.
Well, what changed on Saturday, though? Because Friday, everything was good, even though there wasn't a ton of people there. What changed on Saturday that this... I mean, you talked to Chad during the day, and then he got mad when he got caught wind of it?
I guess, you know what I mean? It's like we got there about 5:30, you know, we hung out, everything was cool. And then they went to they played poker, and it was just people playing poker. So I went and see my son's band, you know, and I wasn't feeling good because I have the hernia thing I had. So I got to get a surgery for that. So I basically went the whole weekend feeling like shit. But, you know, I wasn't not going to go because I said I was going.
And he was also pissed at you for not promoting it, right?
For promoting what?
I'm just
promoting what? Hanging out with, you know what I mean? How do you promote that? Jim, would you ever say, I'm going to go play poker, you want to come and hang out with me? You know? And it's an event. How do you do that?
No, you really... Like you said, you're always in the way to waitresses and stuff. I mean, I don't play. My brother will play, and I just stand there to annoy him, and I know I'm in the way. I just whisper in his ear as he's losing a lot of money. I'm like, nobody's ever bought a mansion by playing cards. He's like, will you get out of here? I go, I've never walked in a huge house, and I go, yeah, I got it from gambling.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, let me just lose my money in peace. So you really can't hang out anymore, like behind your friend and drink. You know, because it's so chaotic there. Yeah. Maybe the smaller casino, but so yeah, I don't know what was going to happen. You should have done it over at the Trop where the comedy clubs are, where those guys.
Well, that's
what
we were going to do, but we were going to do like a show, and then he didn't want to do a comedy show, and then we were just going to do a podcast, but they have old Wi-Fi there, and it would never work. So he was going to move us to the new place that they have, and then he's like, "No, we're not doing it there. You know, we're not. You know, whatever." So that was over. And basically it was just a hangout. You know, it's like, what the fuck is...
Which is a tough
people. Some people came, they were very nice people, you know what I mean? But there was nothing to do.
No, there is nothing to do. If you don't gamble at the regatta, there's nothing to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Either gamble or eat or go to a show. That's it. That's the only reason you're there.
Hey, Mike.
It was just weird.
Yes, sir.
Just real quick. So there's been a bunch of questions in the chat about Mr. Florentine's room. He's at a comedy condo. That's not his house.
Yeah.
They're asking if you're hunting whales and things. And then also, this is sort of important for anyone in the chat. If you are not subscribed to Patrick Melton's channel, Nobody Likes Onions on YouTube, he is 700 subs away from catching Steel Toe. Steel Toe's been trying to hit 10,000 since January. Melton is about to, if you're not subscribed, go over there. The link's in the description. Fuck that asshole, Aaron Imholt. Go subscribe to Melton and let's get him over 10,000 before them.
So you can tell it's a lot of love here on the Shuli Network.
Which, by the way, I'm in the Key West. There's a comedy club called the Comedy Key West. They want you back here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we were talking about you last night. They go, we loved him. He was great. I'm talking to him tomorrow. So
yeah, no, definitely. We had a really good time there. The comedian guy that part owners.
Yeah, Tom Dustin.
And so is the other owner that is
Joe.
the boat guy.
Yep.
Oh, just great people. But definitely we'll go back probably in the fall or something in the winter. That's the best. It's just so beautiful there.
It's great.
Who let Kish in here?
Yeah. What's up, Kish?
Hey, Kish.
So what I'm trying to, so I guess what Kevin said him off is you talked to Chad on Saturday and he got mad. Meanwhile, me and Mike have a mutual friend in Artie Fletcher and they don't talk, but Mike doesn't get mad when me and Artie talk.
No, it's fine. I love it.
Yeah.
I actually love it.
Because then I call you and tell you what he said. Wait, I got to write that down.
Artie's an interesting
over
fella.
there. It's a dictatorship. You have to hate everyone he hates and like everyone he likes. It seems. But it's just the way. You know what I mean? It's just been breaking down more and more of just insanity, and it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Fucking used to stick up for him all the time.
So you don't ever see yourself going back to that show?
No, never.
Wow,
no, absolutely not. He didn't even pay me for the last month.
Wait
you know what I mean? He
Thank
said
you for gifting 10 memberships.
He said basically that since I didn't have a contract, that he doesn't have to pay me. You know what I mean? And he's basically on the air saying his payday.
Suck my dick!
I swallow cum.
Thank me!
I can't come.
And he's basically saying what he pays me and all that. He'll tell everyone he pays me $5,000 a month, but he doesn't. And then he paid me less when he had Stuttering John on because he had to pay him. It's like I'm part of it all of a sudden.
Well, and his numbers are down.
Yeah,
Who
numbers
gives
are
a
way
shit?
down.
You know what I mean? He's
10 people.
pathetic.
Gino?
He's really fucking pathetic. And he wants to keep going. I'm gonna keep going, and we'll see what happens, Kevin. We'll see.
Uncle Jack asks, "Thank you for the $1.99." Jim, can you still burp on demand?
If I have to, Crank Angers came back after like 12 years, and I stopped doing it. I really had to warm up. Like I had to. I really had to get training again to do it. But yes, I can with the right combination of it was Diet Coke and water.
Okay. Big Daddy Dodo, $4.99. Good morning, Jim. Do you have a good James Gandolfini story?
Man.
Shut up, me. Inside joke. Never mind.
Now I get all this. I hear that Mike doesn't talk on the show, but he's leading the show right now.
Of course.
He's coordinating the show.
It's my chance to shine.
Mike's like Mike's a silent killer. You know what I mean? Like he's the comic that sits in the back and he's just observing, and the wheels are turning.
Yeah, and I'll whisper something. How long? God, well, we've all known each other 25, 30 years. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And some good times. I had some questions. Well, you brought up Artie Fletcher. Very fascinating character. We should play some Artie Fletcher clips here sometime because Bob, you know him.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on Artie?
I like him. But he calls me and he's like, "Hey, what's going on? And I go, I'm doing good. He goes, but anyway, and he just goes into him, and I'm just on the phone with him. It's like I don't say anything, and I'm like, really? Oh, that's cool. And that's all you got to do is hit a clip. I'm cool. It's cool. Yeah, that's amazing. You know, it's
so
like
can,
things
so
like
you can
that.
inhale.
You don't even get to talk.
Look, that's what I love about comedy. There's like crazy people in comedy, like that are not, you wouldn't know in the normal world, like an Artie, like a Kevin, like a Bob, but lovable. They're just nuts. It's like, it's funny. To me, that's funny. Like a Chad, guys like that. I don't know. I like that stuff.
Do you think there were more people like that back when you first started? It seems like there was a lot,
because everybody's playing it safe these days.
Right.
They're all afraid. And I don't blame them. Look, if I was 5 years into my career, I'd be like, man, I can't say this, I can't say that, because everyone looks what happened with Shane Gillis, making Asian, making fun of Asians on a podcast from 10 years ago when he gets everything taken from, which actually he's doing better now. They didn't get the Saturday Night Live, but still,
it's actually a good thing too. Sometimes,
his Netflix special's coming out September 5th. He's got it. So I mean, he's an amazing comic, but so I think everyone's afraid to take those chances. So it's a little watered down, which I don't blame him. Like if you want to be in the business long haul,
comedy, a lot of it, that's because everyone's afraid.
Well, like Jim said, you have to be. I mean, if you are starting out, you don't want to get canceled before you even get anywhere.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing is starting out now. Unless somebody helps you, you're not going to really grow.
But then there's also you could do podcasting, or you could do stuff on social media, these clips, and build your own following and not care about that. Right. There's a lot of guys out there that are selling out comedy clubs and theaters, making a couple million a year, and they're not household names at all, and they don't have to worry about Hollywood because they're not trying to get in it. So it is a good time for comedy too.
Right.
Like a Tony Hinchcliffe who's gotten canceled like 4. He doesn't care. He's selling theaters out. He's great.
Right.
So there's
on
a
the
lot
other end of the spectrum.
But even I mean, the act is one thing, but there were just really fucking crazy people. I'm thinking like way back. I don't know if you remember Bob Woods.
I used to work with him a lot.
Well, that was the thing. Like the comics, I remember when I first started, all the headliner guys, and a lot of them were drunk before they went on stage. Like everyone drank or doing coke. And then you go up. So now it's like nobody. You always you never see a drink. Maybe afterwards, a couple guys might be high, but they'll do it after the show.
Right.
But it was crazy when you first started. I was like, no, give me 6. I need get there early, and we'll just drink.
Yeah.
And then go on stage. So it's kind of it's more of a business.
Right.
Yeah, like working with Bobby Woods and Otto, we would just fucking whatever. It was drinking and fucking like me and Bobby used to do. What was it? What's the place in Denville?
Betty's Fireside.
Betty's Fireside. And it was weird because you were behind the bar that went in a little bit of a hook, and then there was seats all over.
And there was a stripper. There was a stripper pole
place. A pole in there, and some guys yelling at Bobby when he's on stage, and he's like, "You better shut up, pal, or I'm coming. I'm gonna fucking kill you." And all of a sudden, he dives off stage and lands on the guy in his chair, and it just everything goes flying. And this is fucking great. This is the greatest business ever.
And he was a big guy. He was like 6'2" and 300 pounds. He was
350 probably, but it was like after that week there. They had a thing where people didn't get free drinks anymore after me and him were there. There was a lot of rules like that would change when we were around.
You probably changed more comic rules than anybody.
Yeah.
Hey, weren't we going to ask Mr. Florentine if he knew Pete DiLorenzo?
Well, that was another one. That's another guy from back then. The
Pete DiLorenzo?
Yes, I think you knew him.
Is he still working on a movie with Jackie Mason? Or is that
it's almost completed?
The Mentor, you mean?
Yeah, the Mentor. Yeah. No, I remember he used to call because he had a bunch of comedy clubs, these little rooms, and you would call him to try to, and you get his voicemail or his answer machine, and it'd be like 5 minutes of his credits, and it was eating up my phone bill. I'm like, come on, dude. Let me just leave you a message. Leave my no. Pete was always a nice guy. He's another one. Crazy, but that fits in this business. Just, when you see him, hey, I'm doing this. Yeah, I just got off a movie set. I'm like, no, you didn't. I just saw you at Barnes & Noble.
Right.
And the fucking limousine with a different colored door. That was that old limo with the 2 old guys that were like with him every time.
Yeah.
It was just so funny, man. Like he would go up and basically walk a room. Like he was headlining when I got into it, and it's like to see what was headlining and just passing all these fucking people, right? After 2 years, I was like, wow, this is like fucking, this is great, this business.
Well, I think
I knew nothing about comedy. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I listened here and there to stuff, but no, nothing. There he is right there.
Yeah. I think the early 90s for comedy, because the boom started in late 80s. The early 90s was like kind of rock and roll in the late 60s, early 70s, where there were no real rules. It's like, let's try this shit and see what happens and how far we can go and how crazy we can get. It was fun.
Yeah,
I sound like an old guy now.
Yeah, just doing shows and going all over. We used to go to Canada. You remember it's at Chris Poncrag's place. You know what I mean? And just like we'd go for like 10 days, 2 weeks, or whatever. And
remember Artie Fletcher's runs. That's where I really got to know both of you guys, probably, especially Jim. Is Artie would have these tiny little bars in blue collar towns all over PA, Eastern PA, and it was.
And what did he say? What did he say every time? Like I go, who's on the show? He goes, well, I'll be on the show. He goes, they want me on every show, and I kind of telling them I can't do every show, and they're like, hey, take all this money, we need you.
No, yeah, it was because it would be like a weekly room. Like, Artie, who's on the show next week? Me, Mike Morse, Bob Levy. I go, what about the next week? Me, Jim Norton, Rich Voss. What about the next week? Me.
Oh yeah. But it was never Mike Morris. It's Mike Morris.
Yeah.
He never knew your name.
No, I'm like I was like best friends with the guy. He didn't even know. Like I have that terrorizing telemarketers, CDs, and he's like, this next guy's got these prank calls called terrifying telemarketers.
You might recognize some of his jokes because I just did them.
But that was funny when he would do like your joke, like because you're there, and he would forget. Forget where he got it from.
He took so many people's jokes.
You would have to listen to him to cut out stuff, and you're like, oh, okay.
No, I remember specifically. Bob had some guy was missing teeth on it was a Friday and Saturday. Some guy was missing teeth, and Bob goes, "I'd love to see you eat corn on the cob." It kills, right? Because the corn be all messed up. Artie sees that the next night he's on the show and he's hosting, and he just says to this guy, "How long you married for?" He goes, 28 years. Nothing about his teeth. He didn't bring, and he goes, "I'd love to see you eat corn." And it's like, it made no sense, but he just heard Bob say it, and the crowd just stared like, "What?"
All right, all right. Should I give this away? I've been, with the help of some people, amassing Artie Fletcher jokes, and maybe I should start reading one a day, like an Artie.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That'd be a good thing to do.
Yeah, it'd be our little,
I remember the Coke
minute.
joke. What was the Coke joke he did? I remember it was really bad. Something. It was like, I forget what it was at that fucking. It was like somewhere in Jersey. They had that room.
The Clambrough House.
No, it was another one. That was another one.
What?
No, the thing with Artie was he had the timing and delivery down, but a lot of the jokes didn't make sense, and the audience would laugh because it sounds like a joke.
Exactly.
Set up, punch, boom, and like and like, what are they laughing at? Because it really doesn't make sense. Like his mind was just all over the place.
Yeah, I always said that you can. I go, watch this. I'm going to go up there and do a joke. It's not going to make sense, but the timing is going to be perfect that people are going to laugh. And then all of a sudden they'll stop because they'll be like, I don't know what the fuck he just said.
Oh, maybe. Should I go get the book?
Yeah, that's yeah.
All right.
It's funny.
All right.
No, I remember
we talk around about like we're just going to sit here and wait for you to fucking get back. Jesus fucking Christ, the ego and this fucking Joan Rivers sitting in for Carson.
He's in the top square 35 minutes, and all of a sudden, look.
All of a sudden, he's giving us advice on how to fucking do a goddamn show. Jesus fucking Christ, the tub of shit that he is.
Where is Shuli today?
He's at a Jew convention that they have every year.
Shuli's Jewish. He can't help it.
Yeah, Steel Toe said that about Shuli.
That Shuli's Jewish and he can't help it?
Yeah,
because,
and that
you
he's a
know,
weaselly, weak person because he's Jewish, and all Jews are, because Aaron Imholt's a fucking Nazi.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, he's at a Jew conference where they measure the horns on their heads. They come out. The horns come out of their heads every August 24th. There me are living it up. There you go.
So Bob,
And
is your
guess
pool
what?
done? Is your pool done?
Yeah. But the funny thing is that guess what? Guess how I got that pool? You're not gonna believe it. How I got the money for that pool?
How?
From the car accident. Kevin broke that that
news.
big news.
Right, because the bad car accident you got in where you could barely walk, and we did that benefit for you and stuff.
Yeah. And guess what? I got a jacuzzi from that too that I have in my house. So
look, man, I don't know what you got paid, but if I had to go through it, you had to go through it for 2 or 3 years with your back and all that stuff, and I wouldn't even want the money. I'd rather go, no, I don't even want that. I'd rather have 2 or 3 years of help than that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I always said it was never worth it, but it was, it was good. It was good. I got to take care of a lot of people in my family. You know what I mean? So it was high. I'm not half a millionaire, okay? But it was and I used a lot. I got fixed up again, got neck surgery, got a pool, got this, got my son a car, did this, got them this, trips, and you know what I mean? It was just like, it's not, it's like it all came at once, and it was like I'm just doing stuff to make me better, and the pool helps me. I'm getting there. I'm almost fucking back,
What do you mean? How does the pool help?
By swimming, it helps. I do stuff, and I do
all right,
like the
work on muscles and all that stuff.
Yeah, and all that stuff, and the feet, and the nerve damage in my ankles and feet is like, you can feel it getting better, and it's only a matter of time because I work on it. Because I, even a little pain, like I'm like, even the hernia doesn't bother me because I'm so used to pain that this is nothing. It's more of a freaky thing. It's more of an uncomfortable thing where, like when I was in Atlantic City, I told my wife, I go, if somebody just comes up to me and like even like nudges me a little bit or something, a quick movement, something can happen. You know what I mean? I'm gonna fuck myself up. So it's
is your belly button popped out and stuff? I have a hernia. I'm supposed to get fixed, but I just leave it. I'll eventually do it.
No, it's right in the pubic thing on the right side, so it's low, and it's just like a lump, and you can feel it, and it's annoying. It was really painful last night, but
You sure it's not a wart?
I wish. Yeah, I went to the doctor, and she goes, "Yeah, I could feel it sticking out a little," and I go, "That's my dick." And but I just got to get an ultrasound or something like that, whatever the fuck it is, and then the surgeon will know what to do. But it's really quick, but you know what I mean? It's nothing. After getting neck surgery and fucking having your fucking throat cut up from like, it's basically, you can see it kind of, and they went through the back and put in like credit cards in my neck. It looks like, but you go to a good doctor and shit gets better, But it was nerve-wracking for a while. Now I don't even think about my neck. Nothing scares me about it. There it is. There's a credit card on my neck. So it basically, it puts you back together, and that works on the lower back and all that stuff because everything starts from there. So I learned, and I learned what to do. They tell me how to get better, and I do stuff at home, and the pool definitely helps. There's no doubt.
The problem is you're going to have to shut it down like within a month because
not really. It's going to be heated. So I'm going to probably go to November.
Yeah.
So yeah, November definitely. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's cold outside. I'll go. I would go the whole year, and she's like, "You're crazy," but it doesn't matter to me because once you're in there, it's fine. And the cold is good actually, because you can get the hot in the jacuzzi and you can get the cold there. Chris Abel's $9.99. Hi, Jim. I flew in to watch you live on this show. Yay. I flew in.
Topo
Gigio, Canada, $5. KB was angry that the chat folks didn't show up in AC. He went live and spoke about how AC sucked. I didn't think it sucked. it didn't matter how many people showed up. Hold on, Joe, fucking slow down. AC sucked. Yet everyone had a great time. FKB, yeah, no, everybody did have a great time, but 35 people maybe showed up, but they were happy to be there, and they were real nice in that.
It would have been better. Wait. It would have been better if you guys did a comedy show over at the Tropicana and then did like a meet and greet afterwards and hung out. And they could have kept the bar open or whatever. That's the way it should have went.
He didn't want it. Comedy is hack. He said, "No, it's all hack." So,
well, then you do stuff that's not hack.
Yeah, I don't know. Uncle Jack 199. Bob, do Jim's voice. Jim, do. Look, I'm not doing Jim's voice. Okay,
you're crying. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think everyone does a Jim Florentine impression.
You know what I mean? I'm telling you, we're gonna take over. You know what I mean? We don't need anybody. We don't need anybody.
We never needed anybody, and we could still do it at this point. You know what I mean? We can put together 4 or 5 people and do fucking theaters. We can do club. It doesn't matter. It does. People know what. There's not better shows out there. Sorry, they're not. We fucking always destroyed. Bob's fake pool, $2. Joe, take over the show.
We got Bob Levy, Jim Florentine, and Mike Morris. What can we do to ruin this instantly?
The funny thing about you two guys, the great thing is any comedian from the who's worked in the last 20 years in this area, every time they tell stories about you, it's in your voice. It's like, and then Jim came up to me, and said, "You're not gonna believe this," and Bob says, "Truthfully." It's like, and you don't even have to say who it is; you'll know who it is immediately. Speaking.
No, I just saw. I think Joe Matarese was doing Mark Norman's jokes in my voice, like his new special. He did it on Instagram.
Oh, really?
With my voice, it was pretty funny.
Don Melendez, nice seeing the Load Warriors together again. Lots of crunchy carpet duty.
Crunchy carpet.
It was an amazing time. I mean, we even at the beginning when we didn't have a lot, we still did it like rock stars. And then we were able to do it like rock stars after a while, and it was insane. That's why I'm doing a book. I wrote a little with this lady for a while, but we're going to get back to it again. But the stories are just insane. This doesn't happen in comedy. And we put it to a different level that it wasn't there in a while, Mikey Newport, 199, up early today. Love you, Bob. Hi, Mike.
Love you, Mike. Thank you.
Colin Metzen, $2. Where's Discount Don, that metal show reunion? Okay,
Don, you there?
On in a second. Well, we're ready. Okay, Discount Don. Hey,
hey guys.
Hey, we got Florentine here.
Good to see you, Jim. I miss you, buddy.
Nah.
No?
Nah. I don't hear it.
You don't hear it, Jim?
A little bit.
I'm a little gravelly in the morning sometimes.
All right, it's getting better.
He's nervous. He's in front of.
Everybody loves Discount Don here. Todd Brand, 198. Hack. Show me the numbers. Where's the dues payer? The dues payer is filming something for Vice, actually.
Yes.
Building. So, Bob, what's the status of you and Stuttering John? Are you guys? I know you guys did the podcast together with Kevin. Yeah. So, you guys on good terms? Or you hate each other or what?
I never hated him. You know what I mean? I just busting his balls, but whatever. I have no problem with John. I don't like to see the way he is now. It's like a mess. He's a mess. He should be happy instead of being angry and that shit. It's getting to him. He's drinking too much. It seems. I don't know if he says he drinks 9 beers a day, but that seems like a lot.
Excessive. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're used to doing it, I mean, he would get shit on the Stern Show years ago about his drinking. Mm-hmm. So if you're used to doing it, 9 isn't that much. It's just his thing.
It's still a lot.
Yeah,
every day.
Let the guy enjoy his life.
Well, but he's not.
It is.
That's
everybody's own thing. It's what you want to do. If it makes them happy.
Yeah, he's living in Florida right now, right? Cape, whatever. I don't know.
He's living around the block from Carl.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing, though, that they both live near each other.
Right.
Like how the odds of that.
That is
Rochester
fucking-
and California coming together, and they moved to the same. And Cape Coral's beautiful.
And the guy that does a podcast about him is that
right
you know
there.
it's just amazing. And when John got there and called, he goes, he goes, if you got any cats, I'll watch them for you when you're not there.
I don't
Who
change the
fucking
litter
said
box
something
until I
like
can
that?
smell it.
Amazing.
Oh, Bob, ask Jim if he knows about Perry Caravella.
Of course.
You know, Gary.
I just
he's
showed
so-
my son. I just showed my son the other night, Windy City Heat. He loved it. Loved
Oh,
it.
wow.
Yeah,
He
and then
would
we
love
watched
the podcast,
and then we watched some other stuff. You know, he did when they actually watched a movie in his
Oh, right.
apartment.
Yeah.
There's that on YouTube. He loves it.
Oh,
Couldn't
yeah,
get
there's
enough.
So much good stuff.
No, Perry used to come to my shows out in California. You know, when I was performing out there, he'd always come out. I'd hang with him because I knew Don Barris.
Okay.
And I know Mole. You know, who he
Mole.
worked for Crank Yankers. You know, so he was one of the writers there.
Oh,
I was always
wow.
hanging with him. Yeah, so I know all of those guys.
Wow.
Yeah, I love Perry. Perry just like when we started watching him, it just made us like, you know, it's like a happy zone. You know, you laugh. I've never laughed where, you know, your head starts hurting because it's like this. He's why something comes up and they start talking and all of a sudden the words go into something about a story he doesn't want to hear about. And he's like, and he just fucking get, and it's not gonna happen. Just him screaming and that shit. It's Groundhog Day every week.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's hilarious every week.
No, the thing with Don Barris is he told me like he would have people all around the LA area where he lived, and he knew where Perry lived, obviously. He said, listen, if you see Perry out anywhere, call me as soon as possible. And Don would just get up because he works on the Kimmel show. He does the warm up for the Kimmel show. So he doesn't have to go
Okay.
to work till like 6 o'clock.
Right.
So he goes out and wherever at a Home Depot, Perry's at a Home Depot. Don would show up there. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? He had 50 people like on the payroll. Wherever
Oh, my
they saw
God.
Perry out, he would just rush, get in his car, and go there. What are you doing? What, Perry, you follow me around? That's the dedication. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel was in on it early on too.
Yeah,
Those are the
yeah.
guys who turned me on to it. You got to see this. We're doing a movie. This was actually before the movie came out.
Wow.
They were playing me some audio tapes and I'm messing with them and stuff. It's genius.
Yeah, I think it's time for more movies. Like, you know, Tom, I was telling Tom, it's just so much. Perry could be put in any position and it's hilarious. And, you know, hopefully I'll be doing a show with him soon, once a week, you know. That would be amazing because I know how me and him work good together. You know, it's just we have fun. I get him crazy without him knowing, and then he comes back. But like he lit a cigarette. He hates smoking, right? And he put a cigarette in his mouth and lit it for me when we were out doing the show in Pottstown at one of the houses. And now every time they bring up cigarettes that he smokes, he goes, Levy made me do it. I did it for him. And he goes, I mean, the kid, I should have punched him right in his lip. You know, he threatens me every fucking time. It's fucking hilarious. The show makes me it puts me in a great thing. And I love to watch it on the big screen. It's just the way to watch the show. There's nothing better than that.
It's like a summer blockbuster to you.
Mm-hmm.
Got to see it on
Every
the big
fucking
screen.
Monday and Friday. It is. Are they on this? That's him yelling about me or something like that. There's like clips of me just fucking calling in to him and just. Do you have the clip from me last time I called in, Joe?
We cut it. Did we ever watch it?
Well, could I just ask you for it, you fucking idiot? Jesus fucking Christ! God damn it! He's such a fucking idiot.
We
back
probably
there
have it somewhere.
sometimes.
Can I take this moment to remind everybody, if you're not subscribed to Nobody Likes Onions, go over there, fuck Steel Toe. Let's get Melton over 10,000 today, please.
Yeah, let's do it. Come on. Melton's a good guy. I like Melton a lot, and he's an easy guy to work with.
Even if you hate Melton, I don't care if you hate Melton. Unsubscribe 2 weeks from now. Fuck Steel Toe.
This is like Sally Struthers with the starving kids. This is what Joe has dedicated his life to.
Right, yeah.
Do we have any super chats, Joe? Wow, Serenity Junkie, $2. Cape Coral's nice, but John's living off the grid.
Yeah, he moved in like almost a month ago. He still didn't unpack his boxes. They're behind him when he sometimes it shows on the screen. and he had no light bulbs in there. So when it got dark,
Yeah.
it got dark. I mean,
If John had a woman in his life, that whole place would be decorated. He doesn't, so he's like, I'll just sleep on the futon, and I got the coffee pot and the beer in the refrigerator, and I can make coffee in the morning. So I get it.
well, he said he's got one in L.A., so maybe that one. I think he's got an apartment in L.A., so that one will probably be. There's no way that a woman's going to come and sit on a fucking cardboard box.
No,
It's just the way it is.
So, Jim, you've been seeing your girlfriend for a while. Has she changed your patterns at all?
No. No one has.
No, I didn't think so.
No.
Leaving up a decker for her yet?
And she's
Haven't
a
done
comedian.
that, but no.
She's a
Yeah,
comedian.
you can't do that with a woman,
Is there any weirdness to that?
No.
No, all good.
Yeah, all good. No, it actually works because then
She gets.
you don't get the bitching on the weekends.
Right.
Let's hang out. Me and my friends are gonna go kayaking. She got we understand this comment. She got to work and stuff. So no, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can see you guys are happy. That's the good thing,
Yeah, and she's not woke. None of that crap.
Yeah.
She's not all like, oh, don't say that. And that. So, because I wouldn't date somebody like that either.
Right. No, obviously you wouldn't.
Imagine that.
The guy the guy at the club, Tom, last night. He's like, dude, you want to do anything down here when you're at the Keys? I got a lot of hookups. He goes, you want to go kayak? And I go, I'd rather suck a dick. And everyone just started laughing. I really would.
And he goes, I got that too.
Yeah.
You're
That's
in
right.
luck.
We're in the Keys. Yeah.
I think I know a lot of people. Like, you want to go to that house with all the cats in it? We went through that.
The Hemingway house.
The Hemingway house.
I mean,
yeah.
I went there with my kid when he was like 5 because there was nothing else to do. I brought him down here. It was a mistake. You don't bring kids to Key West. But
yeah,
I mean, maybe I would. But yeah, he just petted the cats. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but also they have. We went to where the wall was, and they would shoot like the cannons of the boats coming in by the water, and they would throw hot tar at people. They had on the top where it would open up, and they would throw hot tar on the soldiers trying to get in. Like, it's crazy, man. And they had that fucking crazy doll. I got it here. It's a haunted doll or something like that they have in a case, and it's fucked up.
You have it there. Did you steal it?
Well, I don't have that one. I have one you can buy down on the way out. I don't have that fucking thing.
It's like it's admitted to theft. I did have a special game I made up because this is something when you're hanging out, at least back in the day, with Jameson or Jim, if you're just walking down the street in New York and a young lady would walk by and they go, "Would you?"
I still do it, and I do it with my 12-year-old son.
Yeah.
He's like, now, yes.
Yeah. So this is called Would You? And bring up the first one. We'll explain what it is. Now, these are male celebrities, but if they were female, thanks to AI. So would you a female Johnny Depp?
I'd have to.
Yeah. Not bad, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I do both.
And then he'd shit on your bed.
Did you see the documentary at the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing on Netflix? It's great.
Is it
the whole trial?
Really?
Yeah, the whole trial they filmed and all this back.
That's great.
It's really
I didn't
good.
watch any of the trial, so it'll.
I didn't either, so it was fresh for me. I knew he won at the end, but it's really good.
Good. I'll definitely watch that. All right, so we all would do Johnny Depp. All right, there you go.
Who's that?
That's Leonardo DiCaprio. DiCaprio.
I would eat his DiCaprio on the right.
That's Leonardo DiCaprio on the left.
Yeah, that's a young. Yeah, well, he was young. I couldn't find an older version.
That was around Titanic. It has to be.
Yeah.
How about I'd rather not?
You wouldn't do that, right?
I said that one time to Don. He goes, "Would you?" I go, "I'd rather not." He goes, "That's the rudest thing I've ever heard come out of your mouth." Like, I just say, "I'd rather not. If I have to, I will."
So he goes says both again.
All right, so Jim says no. Bob, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, on the right. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, we figured you meant the one on the right.
Jim would rather kayak. Mark Friggin said. Mark Friggin's here.
I love Mark Spriggan. I haven't seen him in years.
All right, so
We'll get
2
him
yeses
now.
and a no. Next. All right, Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
That's Brad Pitt's better looking as a man than a woman.
Yeah, that's a weird thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would fuck him if as a man, but not a woman. I get it. Yeah.
I'm gonna go
My
no.
doll. Hold on.
Wait, he's getting his doll. Yeah, isn't that weird? He's like such a good-looking guy, and as a chick, it wouldn't work, which is unusual. But yeah, I don't know about that one.
That's not the point.
Right.
It has nothing to do with Melton.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Brad Pitt being a woman. That's not the point.
So that's the haunted doll. That's like the worst
This is the
looking
haunted doll. What's the name of this doll, people? This is the one that was in.
You got that in Key West?
In Key West, and it's a haunted doll. It's a child's doll from like the 1800s, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Robert, it is. Yes,
Robert.
Okay,
Robert.
So has it done anything? Is there stuff moving in your house in the middle of the night?
It's just my dick.
It's not haunted.
Well, no, this one's not haunted. The one at the place,
Yeah, okay.
where it's in a cage.
It's not.
It's not.
No.
I'm bringing it back then.
There's no
Now,
haunted houses.
do you believe? Well, yeah, Bob. Do you believe in that stuff?
Ghosts?
Ghosts,
I don't.
yeah.
I don't believe in ghosts because there would be gay ones sucking my dick at night. So
Well,
there's
why?
never
They would
been
have to-
like a thing. I'm just saying, it's like
Well, has like gay people would have to have died in your house though? They
No,
don't just wander
no, but-
around.
What? Well,
Is that how it works? The person has to die in the house and the ghost is still
Well,
in the house?
according to ghost hunters, yeah.
Mike's
you-
career is hunting him. It's haunting him all day.
So, yeah, I'm just looking at Robert the doll.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's all like Jim says, it's all bullshit. But yeah, there's a whole thing about it.
You know, when you hear a noise in the middle of the night, your house isn't haunted. It's just it's settling in. It's creaky because it's old. That's all it is.
Right.
Yeah.
The door opens. All right. Well, it might have been a
Did we
little breeze.
just find out you have a fucking doll you sleep with? No, it's up on a dresser or something.
And wouldn't the ghost take some of your money or your valuables in the middle of the night? It's just going to open a door and then shut it and go, okay,
It
look,
depends what. No,
we scared them, and now, all right, good, let's get out of here. I mean,
Right.
if I was a ghost, I'm banging somebody. I'm
Yeah.
taking their Movado watch.
Yeah, doing an upper decker in their toilet.
Yeah.
When John dies, he's gonna drink all the alcohol that people.
Yeah. This rum bottle was full yesterday. What happened?
All right. Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's go to the next one. Boys. What? All right.
No.
Keanu.
Maybe with longer hair, but the short hair on her just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. Bob?
No.
No. I'm pretty decisive. All right, next. No. I think I can answer for both of you. Oh,
It's Tom Cruise, though.
I'd rather kayak over Niagara Falls.
Then you're going to be staring at that tooth in the middle of his head.
No, I'm going to say,
You say no? Okay. All right, next.
See, that looks like Robin Gibbons.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
So I'm saying yes.
Yeah, I'm going with you. All right, that was an easy one. Go ahead.
That's weird.
That just looks really odd. That looks strange.
Who is that?
That's Ryan Gosling. That's Ken from the Barbie movie.
No.
Yeah, I'm going no. Bob?
No, definitely not.
All right. Is there any more? Oh, Chris Rock. It looks good until she smiles.
Yeah. No.
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 I'm just thinking about her bitching at you. I told you one time. I told you 2 times. I'm like, no, thank you.
Nothing worse than a sassy black woman.
Yeah.
Nothing.
All right. Sorry. No. Any more?
No.
Is that Matt Damon?
That's Matt Damon. Something a little alluring.
I don't know.
Got the April forehead.
How many beers?
I would say 4
12.
beers in.
I think by beer 8, I'd consider it.
All right.
I don't know.
That's fair enough, right? I'm meeting them halfway.
Yeah. I think that's good. All right, I don't even know. Is there any more? Was that it?
Last one, guys.
Last one. There you go. Oh, your buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The blonde.
Yeah. No.
You like the blondes. There you go. All right. So now we know we're all gay.
Yeah. Okay. Like Dennis said, what if both pictures have penises?
Well, that changes the whole thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Then I like only half of them.
So what's going on with Ray now? Now, is Ray still with the Shuli network?
I guess. I don't know.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
Joe would know.
Joe, what's going
is
on?
he officially still with us?
Of course, yeah. Ray's going nowhere. Over my dead body does Ray leave
Ray's
this
going
YouTube
nowhere.
channel.
That's true. We're asking about
the
the show
say
here.
when you're in a comedy business.
All right. Well, he's still with us.
Yeah. Well, today's his show, right? Today's Thursday.
Oh gosh, yeah. I guess it is. Yeah, Thursday.
Well, 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. Yes. And
I'll be like, I don't know. I don't like when people fight. I just.
Are you kidding me? I can't wait to talk to him about all this shit. By the way, go sub to NLO.
You are on a mission.
Is it working?
I didn't know Melton was that tall. Like, I never met him in person.
Yeah.
I've seen him and stuff. Yeah, he's like, what, 6'4" or something like that. He's a big
maybe
dude.
Taller. Yeah, definitely. So be a goat 10. Bob, you and Perry once a week is my dream come true. A dream where I'm jiggling Perry's plums while I blow smoke in your face. Super chub up just thinking about it. Men holding hands. 666 hashtag slurp.
Listen,
so be a goat is like Perry's nemesis. He flips out every time. He blocks him all the time. We have to get him back on. Why are you guys letting Joe ruin your show? Because that's what we do here. We do it all the time.
Yeah. He can't help himself.
Jets Black Guy 199. Loving the Julie free show. Skull boys. Thank you for coming by. BR Longhorn. Joe, you sound like a crazy person. Yeah,
I am.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. Is Randy Rhea
no.
$2? Is Jim's girlfriend Karen
Feehan? No.
Yeah, okay. Meshuggah, not $50.
Meshuggah is a great metal band.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tom Brennan had a great Karen Brennan impersonation the other day. Did you hear it? No, I didn't. I got to hear that whole show. I missed that whole fucking show, and I'm pissed off. I love to watch it live, and that it's just the greatest.
I saw some grown man in there put a hashtag. Can we stop with, if you're a man, stop with the ditch for chicks. You don't have to put a fucking hashtag.
Well, it means something.
It's the decline of civilization. These fucking hashtags. Just say what you want. You don't have to hashtag anything. Stop with that.
Men holding hands.
No, I remember saw Bob on his podcast. It was something like hashtag pod and something pod and chill or something like that. I was like, it hurt. It hurt when I saw that. It really. Kardashian. Yeah, just stop with that. Nobody's gonna look up. Hey, I'm going on Instagram. I'm gonna look up a hashtag pod and chill. Nobody's looking for that. And if they do, they're not gonna go, oh, I discovered this podcast. Stop. Thank you. This is Filet Fish Nose.
Hashtags or LOL?
LOL's better.
Really? Okay. Oh,
And
Kevin was making fun. Hey, Kevin was making
you
fun
can't
of
even
my
say
son.
emojis. Are you going to say they're better?
I
My
won't even
son's
say
dad
it. Yeah.
Plays
That
cover
too.
songs.
Just cartoons on your phone. You use your thumb to go find a fucking cartoon and you pressed it. Stop that too. It's not driving the story along. You know, I went on a boat and then they put the cartoon of a boat next to it. I could fucking figure out the sentence. There's like 75 of them in there. Stop.
Jim, what is your response to Kevin was saying my son? They're horrible, the man, and that they just play cover songs. Like, what band doesn't start playing cover songs?
No, look, that's every band has to start playing cover songs. Guns N' Roses did it. Every band did it to start off, and then eventually they work in their originals.
Yes.
And then you can pick up 1, 2, 3 originals. Steel Panther's a perfect example of that. Mm-hmm. Every band did it. And then, Van Halen did it for years. They played backyard parties doing old Mountain songs and Sabbath and Zeppelin songs. And they put in
covers on their albums.
2 or 3 originals. They just keep working the originals. They build up a following. Eventually they switch over. So that's the formula on how to do it. And there's huge money in cover bands too, because most people don't want to hear original music. There's not a lot of places to perform originals. So you got to throw in some covers and work it that way. And so, no, it's no problem doing covers. You have to start in the business.
And they live in a house together that they bought.
Well, that's what Guns N' Roses lived in the same apartment. They all live in the same place. I live with band guys, and the whole band lived in the house. That's what you do. So you're around each other and you write songs.
Yeah.
So the bass player doesn't live 3 hours away, and he can't be there, and the guitar player, lives in another state.
Break up too.
Right. So you all live together. You're young. You don't care. You can sleep on the floor. There's fucking the toilet's overflowed with shit. You don't care. You just going in a room and writing songs.
Yeah, and that's what it is. They're building a studio in the house, too. So they're doing that now.
Is that your pool money?
No.
I mean, your accident money.
Yeah.
That's great. But
they make more than I mean. Like I said, he's making fun of them. I go, they pay more in taxes than you make a year, your whole fucking career.
No, I saw clips online. They're good.
Yeah,
they're good. And I saw that clip of you playing. It was a whole lot of Rosie and stuff. It's good. No, they're good.
Yeah. No, they're having fun, and that's what it's about. But of course, Kevin.
And how many times a week do they usually play?
They do about 7 shows a week through the summer.
That's amazing. That a band, in this day where there's not a lot of live music, that's incredible.
And they do when they go to Brooklyn and that it's all original. Like some places you have to do all originals, and they're just going to put out a couple at a time and then put out an album.
It's like the bands over in Europe. They want to hear newer stuff. They don't, but America, all the bands know we got to play the classics here. They only want to hear the classics. So over in Europe, they change their set list. It's like half new stuff, half classics.
Yeah. No, but it's amazing that how just every night, every fucking the people are just coming out, and it's just amazing, and they didn't have a meet and greet in the Borgata. They were getting paid what you were fucking. And then he's like, oh, they're playing there at that night, at like 7 or 8, and he goes, oh, at least the people have somewhere to do. There was nothing to do. They just sat at a poker table. It was just fucking, what was I going to just stand there and watch people play poker? It made no sense.
Well, it's a good point that Jason, what Jason says here. Don't you forget, Bob, that the only reason they're successful is because John retweeted the band.
Oh, yeah, John. Yeah, John said, I helped them. You know what I mean? He retweeted it. You know how he would tag us when he had gigs and, you'd retweet it for him and that stuff? What's the big deal? But John
was taking partial credit for the band's success because he had retweeted their stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am. I got a little soccer ball.
His Florentine in his Tom Hanks passed away phase. Yes, it looked good though. You've never had facial hair before.
I never did. I just, I don't know. I just started growing out. I didn't feel like shaving. It was being a pain in the ass. I got to shave like every 26 hours. It's a pain. So I just started growing. I'm like, whatever.
I've been cutting myself with it. I'm a cutter when I shave. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like I always just go like this. I'll turn it on an angle, and you can't do it. But I'm like, fuck it. Now I gotta be careful.
Wait, Matt C says Florentine loves fantasy football and pretending he's Bon Jovi to sleep with Canadian ladies. No, that's not exactly true. Well, first of all, fantasy football is. I mean, that I don't know what's worse, that or hashtags. It's close. It's really close. My 12-year-old kid, son plays with his friends, and they should. That's what 12-year-old kids do.
Hell yeah.
And they got these goofy names, and it's a way for them to bond. It's a way for them to enjoy the sport. But if you're a big fan, you should never play that.
Yeah. You are a football fan. Right?
Even my kid said, look, I didn't take anyone because we're Dolphin fans. I didn't take anyone from the Bills, Jets, or Patriots because I don't want to root for those. So he already knows.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, I got no problem with it. But, at some point, you got to grow the fuck up. And grown men that are doing that and have these leagues, and if you come in last, you gotta put something around your neck. It's like, huh? Right. Yeah, put a noose around it for playing it.
Hey, who was the rock star you made believe you were in Canada? Remember?
No, it wasn't. No, the girl said you Curtis from Winnipeg.
No, a different time. But there was
that was in Long Beach Island. That was at the quarter deck.
Oh wow!
My brother, I was at the bar and I had long hair. My brother's like, some girl that would at the bar. They go, "Is that Bon Jovi over there?" And of course, my brother's a ball buff. They go, "Yeah, that's him." They're like, it is. I had no idea they said that. They go, "Yeah." But
when I was doing in Canada, I was doing an England accent, and remember we were like on the road, and like we just got it. Like we went somewhere else, and we were just saying that we're in a band or something like that, and.
Because this girl comes up, she goes, Curtis, and to me and Bob, I think we're in a strip club. I go, yeah. She goes, Curtis from Winnipeg. I go, yeah, and I go, meanwhile, I got the worst American accent, right. And she goes, you remember me? I'm like, I think, yeah, your hair's a little different. You always say that.
She goes, you were such an asshole. You left me when she.
So supposedly they hooked up. The guy was in a band. They hooked up, and he made her walk home in a blizzard in Winnipeg in the middle of winter, like 3 miles. He said, "You got to leave." And I'm like, "Look, I'm sorry. I had a lot going on in my life."
Great character. God bless you, man.
And then she started going, "I hate Americans when they come in here. They're cheap." She goes, "I could spot an American from a mile away." And me and Bob are sitting there, like, "Yeah, I know they're assholes." Yeah, because Bob said he was from England. He put an English accent on.
I never heard that. It's funny.
Yeah, I remember that, Curtis. Yeah, I'll just answer anything. Just like when the telemarketers call. They're like, is this, Ethan? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite telemarketer call that you did?
I don't know, man. This Mike's done the artwork on like the last 5 or 6 of the 7 albums.
Thank you for letting me.
Just great work.
Like the one when did you drown your grandfather?
Yeah, that one's the classic. That but I don't know, the last one that me and Don Jameson put out, Volume 7. There's a track. The last track is 18 minutes long. It's called Fiance. It's so dark. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I like, my favorite. I've told you, and I think you played it for me before it was even on this. The album was the Daniel, the record.
Oh, the record. The what?
The record. The what? Yeah, both my kids, whenever we always the what? The record. That's it.
Right, because you live in North Jersey, so you pass the Bergen record.
Right.
That's it. That's what that was the paper. The what? The record.
Right. But even if it's like, somebody said a world's record. The what? The record. It's like
I still do. We still do. I know. Clay Dabbler, does Jim keep robbing in the spank bank? Not really. I just, even at X's, it's like, once it's over, it's over.
I would love. I will ask you quickly. Can we tell the story about the roast?
Yeah, tell the story.
It was the greatest. I was writing for the Don Buchwald roast, and it was at the Rainbow Room, right? And Jim was on the roast. I was writing for Lisa, and so we end up at the same table together. Lisa, myself, Jim, a few other people. Kathleen Turner was at that table, and Robin. And this is several years, a bunch of years.
We probably been broken up for like 2 or 3 years, probably 3 years. Yeah. And we sit at a roast at a round table we're right across from each other.
Yeah, and you could, as soon as she walked, I guess she didn't know you were on, or at least she didn't expect you to be sitting there. You could just tell, like, oh man, she is not happy. But you were very nice. Hi, right? I think you said hello to each other, I believe, right? And,
Yeah. We're talking. She's like, how's everything? Good,
Yeah. And so she goes up and starts her roast, and she veers off and just starts busting Jim's balls, just like I like, just, you know, with some people you think that you can trust. It's like she's just having a breakdown on.
No, I think she was yelling at Don Buchwald, why would you put us at the same table?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I remember she doing that because, you know, Don probably did the seating, or his wife or something like that. She's like, why would you put him at the same table as me or something? Everyone's just like, oh,
but she went off for a while.
She did.
And, yeah. And the whole time Jim is just grinning and laughing at me, and I'm laughing at just watching him enjoying this thoroughly.
Jim loves the uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, and then my roast was, I made some jokes about her, and it was like, oh, uncomfortable. And me and Mike just keep looking at each other. We couldn't stop.
Big Daddy Dodo, $4.99. We're not going to talk about Southern John and replayables last night and how he ran away when Shuli came on the screen. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't even going along with the show that it is. To me, it was a stupid decision. You know, that's my.
It just shows how bad he is at trying to be a normal, nice human being. It was, you know, he was being nasty to everybody where he didn't need to, and then when Shuli comes on, and Shuli was trying to be nice, he was like, "John, let's just hang out." And boom, clicked off.
Yeah, took his money and left.
Yep. Matt C, $4.99.
John stuffs boogers in his mouth like they're chocolate ants. Florentine sticks them on the turnpike tickets, then asks them.
No, I had a friend. We were like at exit 1 of the turnpike. We had to go off at 16, and he was picking his nose the whole time. He was putting them on the back of the turnpike tickets, and they were big. He was calling them nose meat. It was that big. And then and they were on the front and the back. We handed the woman the ticket at the toll take, or this is like, you know, an hour and a half later of it. And she goes to grab, she's, well, what's on that ticket? I go, I don't know. She's like, what is, I'm not touching that. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. What is that? I go, I don't know. I was eating a sub and some of the lettuce fell on it. Yeah. And I always just stop there. Yeah. Can I get a cup of coffee? You know, I'd stop for a toll. Like, what? I go, yeah, I just, my friend said they'd give you coffee at the toll. You know, if you're tired. He goes, where would a coffee pot be? Where would it be in here? And the little boy, like, I don't know. They said that you got any gum or anything back there?
There was nothing that was.
I remember I go to Holland Tunnel. I pull up to pay, and I go, yeah, I'm on the list. The last name is Florentine. I go, my friend works at a Port Authority. He put me on the list. Can you check?
What list? Oh, man.
Oh, it does.
Florentine looks like he's broadcasting from an abandoned school bus that he put a ceiling fan in a wood pile. It's a little like you've been here before. Yeah. It's like it's like an attic, like condo thing. It's cool. It's in the Keys, you know, whatever.
It looks nice.
Yeah, the bed. We almost moved the bed because it's like where your head is. The wall's going up that way on the angle.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's just a weird setup, and like you can't leave. Like we ordered a pizza. I opened it up the next day. There was ants all over it because it's just you can't do that there for some reason. Like if you leave food out for like. If you didn't put it back in the refrigerator like a pie or something like that, they get into the box. It was crazy. But I had a lovely time there.
Do you remember, this happened to everybody, I'm sure, the worst place they ever put you up in when you were doing a show? Mine was in middle of Pennsylvania. There was a bar, and they had rooms on top of it. So I go up. I didn't even go before. I should have checked. I go up after, had a few drinks, go up. And first of all, the door has a split in it, so you can actually look in like this wide. So I open up, and it looked like a set from Beretta. It was like a 1970s hideout for some TV thief. It was a bed with just a mattress, nothing on it, and there was a open radiator and just like one curtain on the wall. Of course, I was drunk enough where I said fuck it, and I slept there. But it's like there was no lock, so I had to put something against the door. And
I remember once this hotel that had like a big bed in the middle, and a nice TV. No, no, there was some shitty rooms. But,
Now, I remember this one guy. I forget his name. He had a room down in Cancun, and he sent me and 2 other comics down there for the week. And we get there, and there's only one hotel room. And I remember the first night, like 2 of us slept in the bed, and there was like a chair in the corner. And it didn't get worked out for like 3 days.
Wow.
So we had to take turns on who was going to sleep in the chair and the other 2 guys in the bed.
You remember we went to Canada, and there was 2 beds, and Stan Hayes slept in the bathtub.
Yeah.
We had to take all the liquor out, all the beer and that at night, because that was used to be where we put everything when we were ready to leave for the show. We had ice, and we put the beer and everything, because you had to be ready at the end, because it was always a party every night. Every night was a party.
I remember me and Bob were up in Canada doing gigs for like 2 weeks, and we got in a fight about something like before the show. I remember we had to drive
because
like 40.
I wanted to get there early.
Okay, that's what it was. It was like a 40-minute ride, and it was complete silence in the car. And I was thinking, I'm like, why? You have those car rides with your girlfriend or your wife when you're fighting, and I'm like, I'm not even banging this person. Why am I doing this? There was no radio on, no nothing. It was just silence.
You remember whenever there was a light or I had to take a turn, I would turn the radio down, and Jim would freak out. He would open up this big newspaper and put it in front of it so I couldn't read.
We'd be cranking like Guns N' Roses or something, and Bob, as soon as he hit the brake or had to make a turn, he'd go and turn the radio down. I go, what the fuck are you turning the radio down for? Or we listen to Howard Stern, and he would just turn it all the way down. I go, what are you doing? So then I would get like the USA Today, and I'd cover the knob. So I cover it's like this, and I'm reading the paper like this, covering the knob. He broke through the paper a few times.
It's just a habit I have.
I know.
It helps you turn.
I don't know why.
I remember one time we were like in Alabama. I think we were drunk, and we pulled into a convenience store. It's like 2 a.m. And Bob's like, listen, man, and there's a cop like car there, and I guess the guy was in, and Bob's like, don't pull any shit, man. We got to get out of here. They'll throw us in jail. We're from New York and New Jersey and stuff. I go, yeah, no problem. There's no seriously, none of your pranks. The cops in there, just be normal for once. Kenya gives me this big speech. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And Bob's all fucked up, and he goes to like the refrigerator, go grab a drink, and he grabs like a Gatorade bottle, not the plastic, and he drops it, and the whole thing. And the cop like walks over. What's going on over here? Sorry, it slipped out of my hand. I go, and he did that. He was panicking so much. Remember, you broke the whole thing. It was like a gunshot went off. The cop runs over.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
That was a different time. Well, Meshuggah says Fat Mez is great. And hashtag fantasy football.
Come on. Any guy that with Meshuggah loves metal and they're really happy the band,
right?
He shouldn't be using hashtags.
No. We did have a quotes game. Do we have that ready, guys?
We should, yep.
All right. So this is 3 quotes by Bob Levy. Well, one is not. There's 3 quotes. 2 are from Bob, and 1 is not.
2 are from me?
Or it could be, or maybe just 1. I think it could be any.
I like to mix it up, guys. It could be 1 or 2.
Okay.
Okay. And it's from Bob Levy quotes on Twitter and Instagram. Yes. The all new Bob Levy quotes came. Number 1. Whoever asks me that doesn't know who the fuck I am. 2.
Number 2.
Come out and see me wherever the fuck it is. That sounds like
that definitely sounds like you.
3. This is so stupid. I understand it. Oh my god, this is a tough one.
So what is it? The one's fake.
So 1 or 2 could be real.
1 or 2 are fake.
At least 1 is real. I mean, could they all be real? Discount on.
That is possible. Yeah.
All right. So they could all be real. They could just 1 could be real.
Discount dong.
Love you, brother.
I would say number one is. I'd say 2 and 3 are real. Number one isn't.
Doesn't know who the fuck I am. What do you say, Bob?
I'm gonna say number 2 is real. That sounds something like
That does sound like you, man.
I definitely said that.
I'm gonna say all 3.
Yeah, Space Chief 2 and 3.
All 3. Stacy agrees with me.
Yeah, 2 and 3. Yeah.
Okay. 1 and 3. Patrick. Quintus 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Sonny, there's Jenna. All right. Well, let's see. Rotten Rhino 1 and 2. That's a little mix up there. All right. What is it, Discount Don?
The answer is number 2.
God damn it.
Bob was talking about plugging Uncle Vinny's and he couldn't remember the name.
No, I know Uncle Vinny's. Come on.
Oh, but you probably didn't know what town it was when you were talking
it's
about
in,
it.
Pleasant.
Wherever the fuck it is.
Wherever the fuck it is. All right. Next one.
That's a fun room.
All right, go ahead, Bob. You want to read them?
Number 1, I spilled my drink. There's round eyes rolling around the floor.
Okay.
Don't touch your dick. Number
3.
3. It's over when I say it started. Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm saying
definitely
1 and 3.
Right.
I think all 3 are real.
Yeah. I'm going to say 1 I know for sure,
right.
like Roy says, because I remember doing that and I had to pick up the ice and put it back in my drink to do out of the coffin.
All right. Reverend Bob Levy quotes says 1. Johnny says 1. Jason says
See,
1.
number 2 seems like that don't touch your dick. But it should be fake, but I think it's real. He just said it in some kind of
right. But it is so obvious. I'm going to go 1 and 3. Did you decide, Bob? You made your
1 for sure.
It's 1. Okay, and you say all 3, Jim.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Which one's Discount Don?
All right. The Bob Levy quotes are 1 and 2.
Oh.
Wow.
1 self-explanatory. Number 2, someone said when Ray was on, everything Ray touches has to go to repairs. And Bob, without missing a beat, says, "Don't touch your dick."
You say, oh, quick. Drunken Sambo. Drunk Man Sambo, $5. A great awakening is coming. The Tukey Taliban will bring upon an immaculate cleansing. Woo!
Woo!
There you go. Tukey.
Okay.
Check out Tukey. And don't forget to subscribe to Melt and make Joe fucking
Yeah, Joe, you
hard
want to
right
scream
now.
a little bit more?
Actually, Shuli told me to lay off the steel toe thing.
Oh.
He was like, "You're a little unhinged this morning."
Well,
Okay.
you are. I mean,
no more than usual, right?
I know. It's
Yeah.
You were just a little louder.
A little louder,
Hey, Jim, when are we going to do Meet the Creeps 47?
Well, we got to do Meet the Creeps 4 first, but
Right. And we
I don't
gotta
know,
find a restaurant. We got to find a restaurant that doesn't run out of pepper.
That's one of my favorites.
we thought about it, but it's like the times have changed. It's tough.
Yeah.
People call the cops really quick. Everyone's got phones
Yeah.
and all that.
Right.
If we're going to do it, it's going to be brutal. So I don't know. We still might.
Do you have a clip of that pepper one? That's a great one. It's one of my favorites.
Want me to bring that up?
Yeah, bring it up.
Yeah. And do you have the Perry thing, Joe?
No, I was not able to find that. It's in here somewhere, though.
Oh, that's good to know.
Well, it's good to know it's there. Now, if you don't know, you did 2 of these, right, Jim? Meet the Creeps.
3.
Videos? 3. Okay, 3. And yeah, just pranks, man. Just the funniest fucking thing. And this has, I believe, the actual Don and KC. our good
KC,
friend
Jim Norton's in it. But we did
Norton.
3 of them. They're on like that Tubi TV, and they're on a
Okay.
bunch of different of those things. All 3. Bob's in some sketches. Artie Lang,
Nice.
Jim Norton, Club Soda Kenny,
You see me
KC.
reading from the paper because I didn't look at my script.
Oh yeah. So we had this hot girl introduce some of the videos just so they didn't see all our ugly mugs.
Right. All right, let's hit it.
gonna finally take you to a place that has fresh pepper. Don't give the guy a hard time.
I won't.
Yes, you will.
This is cold.
That's gonna be really, really uncomfortable. So just look.
There's KC on the left.
What year is this?
Yeah, can I have fresh pepper?
2003, 20 years ago.
Wow. And it is
So we got a guy
pretty-
with our hidden camera. He's got a pen behind his ear sitting at the table.
It is pretty ridiculous that people ask for fresh ground pepper. It's just fucking pepper. You know?
He just switched his arm. They got tired.
Okay, fast forward a little. Just go up a little bit because this basically, it goes zip, 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 zip. Yeah, okay, right
He's
there.
still there.
Yeah.
He's on like the fifth one now. Look at how much pepper's on that chicken.
This thing on mine, right? Yeah, it's coming out. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I like it. Norton does not miss a beat. He's just-
No, I said to keep everyone keep quiet so you could just hear the pepper churning. No conversation. Let's make it as awkward as possible.
He keeps looking to see if anything's happening.
Can you some more? Can you get some more?
That's 2 pepper mills.
I need more pepper. Yeah.
15 minutes, you imagine.
So look, a relief pepper guy comes in. He's like, I'll take this over. He's the Mariana Rivera pepper.
The other one's not really working that good.
Look at how quick he's doing it. He ran out. He has to go get another one.
Norton has to like this because away.
That could be the pepper mills back there that bang.
So we said the camera guy.
The thing is, it's not grounded. It's not enough.
Now they got it in bowls.
Just like a pile of pepper on it.
I need more watch the sun up.
Let me see what can I do.
Okay.
So we sent the guy back there, our camera guy, go in the kitchen, see what's going on, pretend it's the bathroom. So he goes back there with his camera behind his ear.
Yeah. This is the best we can do.
Oh, that,
We try to.
I need more pepper than that. This isn't enough. Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, but then I don't know.
Oh, hold up.
Half hour of them dealing with pepper.
I can smell the pepper.
I'm not coming back. 35 minutes has been going on. Do you have any fresh Parmesan?
So Casey asked for Parmesan cheese.
Please.
Now I finally look over. I break character. If you see me turn away, I couldn't stop laughing because I looked after all the pepper they put on.
7 o'clock. I think 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Try some more cheese here. Yeah, I think just one more.
You're eating your food too, which is
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
Look, that's where I turned because I started laughing. I couldn't help.
Sir?
Yeah, sir.
Did you wrap?
Is it sour?
Thank you very much. Thanks. Hey, man, thanks. Okay. You don't want to bring that home? Show your girlfriend?
That's amazing.
And you know what? It's weird. That was in the city in Hell's Kitchen, some restaurant.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, you told him it was a joke, so we have to get releases. And
Yeah.
we're like, "What did you think when I was asking for the pepper?" Like, we just thought you liked a lot of pepper. They didn't even care.
Wow.
No.
And they signed everything. We gave them a really nice tip. That probably helped. But they were like, I don't know. We just thought you liked a lot of pepper.
Well,
They weren't
that must
mad
mean
or anything.
They have to run into assholes all the time who are like legit doing shit like that.
Like a month later, then Saturday Night Live did the bit. I think Will Ferrell did it, so somebody saw it because Stern started talking about it at the time. And then now there's kids on like TikTok doing the pepper and also the Parmesan cheese. And I get these comments like, "Yeah, Jim Florentine did that like 20 years ago. Yeah, we know where that came from." But I'm like, whatever. My son finds them. He's like, "Dad, someone's copying." I'm like, who cares?
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care. I did it first. I don't care.
Yeah, listen, you are an influence for a whole generation.
Yeah, of ball busters.
So,
It was so
Crank Yankers
uncomfortable
came
so
back.
many
Yeah, that's what
times.
I wanted to talk to you about. So,
What?
is there another season of Crank Yankers?
Well, everyone's on strike right now, so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. They don't keep me really. They just. It's been back on since like 2018.
Right.
No special ed though.
Which kind of sucks, but understandable.
No, it's not understandable.
Well, understandable in the climate.
But they'll show the reruns of the old episodes right before the new episode with special ed in it.
Right. Well, that's like they still play Money for Nothing and unedited on the radio with the F word.
So you're not letting me finish my script. Oh yeah, that's a no. One of my prank calls. No, before that.
Oh, that's
and you had like people break down your door, right?
The cops did, yeah.
What was that one about?
I pretend I was giving my girlfriend a home abortion, and I had a vacuum going, and she was screaming. My friend Chuck was there, and I said my friend said he knows what he's doing. He's got a toolbox. I'm just trying to save a few bucks around the holidays. And the woman's horrified. She's screaming, and he's like, I just pulled an arm out. I go, keep going, keep pulling more stuff out. Wow. And the woman was horrified, but she wound up hanging up in like 2.5 minutes. But she had my address because it was right in front of her. So she called the local police in my town because she had the town. And then we went out. We went like to go get coffee or something like that. And we came home like an hour later. And the door was busted. And all the wood was all off. All the neighbors are out front. I go, what the fuck happened? Someone break in? They go, it's the cops. They thought someone was hurt upstairs, so they kicked the door in. They thought somebody was upstairs bleeding.
Did you ever talk to the cops?
Oh yeah, I went down to the police station to tell them it was a joke. They go, well, fill us out, say it was a joke, and then they charged me with disorderly conduct.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. They tricked me, and my friend Kenny's like, don't ever go down there and admit it.
And right.
I just figured, let me just go tell you that it was because they sent like 2 ambulance, EMS workers.
Oh wow.
All that, racing down there because they thought someone was hurt. And then I had to get a lawyer and go to court over it.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
I got fined like $700. I remember the judge yelling. I was like the first case. The courtroom's packed. He's like, you did a call where you for giving your girlfriend an abortion. You think that's fun? You work for Comedy Central? Is that what passes as comedy these days? I'm biting my lip like I'm in 5th grade getting yelled at. Like, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, this is what Comedy Central thinks is funny. I don't know why I kept saying. I guess Crank Yankers was on at the time.
Right.
It had nothing to do with Comedy Central. Yeah. And then, he's like, all right, $700 fine or whatever. It was like that. And then it was like the walk of shame walking through everybody in the middle of that. Everyone just looking at me like, what a dick. It's beautiful. One of my greatest moments.
Yeah.
Your greatest moment ever. Hold on to Super Chest for a second. The greatest moment that I still laugh every time I think about it. When we were next to that strip club, that must have just opened or something. Because we were like the only ones in there in Canada.
Oh yeah.
And this guy every night will walk in strippers in like 3 at a time and stuff. And the guy is like high-fiving us in the like he's like he thought we were unbelievable. The last night I'm looking for Jim around, and I look up and I see Jim standing there with this look on his face, and I thought he was standing next to a cigarette machine, but it was a woman. She came back in the morning. Jim realized that the guy, thought we were fucking gods. He told the girl, we're not allowed to have guests in here. So he goes, I'll drive you home. You have to duck and you had her duck for like what, the first 3 miles in the car?
Yeah, because the guy at the front desk thought we were legends. So, and I knew there was a diner like a mile away. So I'm like, keep ducking because I didn't want to spend all my money at the diner. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Is that wrong?
So what was that super chat? There it is. Jim, tell the upper decker story.
Well, I mean, there's like 30 of them.
Yeah.
Well, we
That
did
was
that. We
the thing you didn't do. You didn't let Jim into your room. Like, and if he got in with, someone else would leave the door open, and all of a sudden you see him standing there with that fucking look on his face, and you're like, what the fuck?
Oh, no.
And that was the one time I threw my lower back out, and I was in the bed on the road, and I couldn't get up, and I see him there, and I'm like, come on, down, and he's like, and next thing he goes, and it just keeps coming down for a while,
Yeah, because it's in the top of the tank. Yeah, because Bob was like paralyzed on his bed, and I went in his room like, "Can I use your bathroom?" He goes, "Use your own. You're in the room next." I go, "No, I got to use yours." So I took an upper decker in his toilet. And he knew what I was doing. I think I probably even had the door open, and he couldn't get up because he was like a traction on his bed. And we were there for like 3 days, so it wasn't just like for the night. And then every time you flush, little pieces go in the regular bowl.
Truthfully, stop it. Truthfully.
Yeah. The best was like there was, I guess, the club we did up there. Bob met some girl after the show, and he's like, "You should come back to my hotel." And he's like, "Yeah, all right, yeah." So Bob tells her where it is, and I knew the girl was just going, "Yeah, no problem." Bob was drunk, and I go, "Bob," I would tell him on the way home. I go, "She's not coming." I could tell, I could see, And he's like, "No, she is." I go, "I'm telling you, she's not. She just said that." He goes, "She's coming." I think he was all coked up, so he's waiting by the window. It's like 3 a.m. I go, "Bob, she's not coming." It's like an hour and a half later. So I got the phone book and I opened it up and I ordered a hooker to Bob's room at like 3:30 and because I knew he was still up. And I go, "You never know. She might be coming. Maybe she just has to get out of some whatever." And then and I'm almost like, it's an hour later. I'm half asleep. I just hear arguing. He's like, "Who are you? Who are you? Well, I want my money. I don't even know who you are." Screaming at the.
She wouldn't leave.
She wouldn't
give
leave.
her $50 to go.
Yeah, to go.
And fucking, I see Jim's door open and close.
Yeah. Because she probably had a pimp out in the park a lot. It was gonna, hey, you got to pay some money. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Why? No reason.
In the hotel room, we used to check in, and I go, Give me 6 keys. And the guy's like, "What are you talking about?" I used to come back again because I used to just hand them out.
Yeah, Bob didn't want to hang after the show, and get to know the person. "Here's a key, good 238. I'm like, "Mom, you can't do that. You have to talk to him a little bit."
It's like DoorDash for women.
Like, we don't have any keys. Somebody's like, "We don't have any left." They would have to make them, like, put them in.
Right.
He's like,
oh.
And like when we went to Connecticut, the whole ride, I hope they sit up front. I sit up front. We get to check in the hotel, and him and Norton are like, "Do you know if the audience sits up front there?"
See, Bob would like to get that's when Bob liked to have a bunch of drinks in him before he went on.
Get there early.
So he wanted to get there early so he could start drinking early. He also wanted to get there early so he can watch the crowd come in, so he could say, "Oh, and I'm going to pick on this guy. I'm going to do that," which he didn't need to do because he's amazing at it to begin with. Yeah. But he wanted to size everybody up. He'd go, "Okay, I'm going to go after this guy, and then he wanted to know how many, the percentage of women that sit in the front, because some of the women don't like his dirty jokes. So it's better if there's guys there. So me and Norton would mess with him. Like, we'd do like this 3-hour gig ride to Connecticut. And we had a plan, because Bob, we're trying to go, the show's at 9. We have to get there like, 6:45. So we just make up a story. I go, "Yeah." Norton goes, all of a sudden at like 20 minutes in the trip, "Yeah, I heard they don't like dirty material in this room." And that would set Bob off. "Who said that? Who said that?" "No, my friend did it." Like, "Who?" And we make up my childhood friend who's on a Tony Bondi. He's like, "Tony, I never heard of him." I go, "Yeah, he did the room last week. He said they don't like dirty material." And Bob would just shut down for like 15 minutes and be silence in the car. And then Norton would be like, "Yeah, and they don't see them up front either. They're all sitting in the back." He's like, "Why?" He's like, "I don't know. That's what Tony said." And now he's in a rage. He's out of his mind. Like, his mood has completely changed. And we just make this shit up. "Yeah, they don't like dirty. I know they hate it when they don't like the F word, and like when you say fuck." "Who said that?" "No, that's what I heard."
We're checking into a hotel that's not even near, it's about 10 minutes from the hotel.
Yeah, well, no, because Bob, because he would say, I go, yeah, my friend, Don Jameson did the room last week. He goes, oh, really? What did he say? I go, said they were good. He goes, did they sit up front? Bob was like he needed people to sit up front. That was the thing with him. Did they sit up? I go, I didn't ask him if they sat up front. He just said it was a good show. Like no comic asked did people sit up front. So when we would check in a hotel 3 hours later, we'd be at and had nothing to do with the comedy club. And we'd check in and go, yeah, we're doing a comedy club. The guy's like, oh, okay, yeah, I heard of that place. I go, do you know if they sit up front, sir? To the guy at the front desk, he's like, huh? I'm like, do you know if they sit up front?
They feed you there, and the guy's like, I work at the hotel. I have nothing to do with the comedy.
Because Bob would lure us to go early because they feed you. Like, we'll get there early. They feed you. So then me and Norton be like at the front desk, do you know if they feed you? The guy's like, I don't know. I've never been to the club. No, someone told us they feed us. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I go, you don't know the percentage of women in the front? He's like, you guys are assholes.
Jim wouldn't fucking. We went to Tracy's at the Ballman one time. We brought Norton, and he was really new at that time, I would say. And we go to eat, and they go, we don't feed the MCs here. And Norton got so fucking mad. He goes, I go, just get some. Yeah, no, I'm not fucking eating here. He walked somewhere else. He was so upset.
They should give him something, man.
Yeah, I remember him saying, they feed the feature and the headliner, but not the MC.
Right.
And we're sitting at the table. That was a part of the gig. They didn't pay you much, but it was a good restaurant. It was a seafood restaurant.
Could you take a little off both of your plates at least?
Which, by the way, the other day, my kid's birthday, and he had a bunch of his friends who went to a hibachi place. And his friend went in their bathroom. He goes, I got to go pee. And I go to his friend, go shut the light off on him. So they shut the light off. It's pitch black in there. And they were doing it the whole time. These customers, as soon as the guy sits on the bowl, they're shutting the light off.
That was another big one.
Yeah, and I'm just like, and they were loving it. And they're running out of the bath. And like my ex is there. And she's like, what's going on? I'm like, meanwhile, I'm still shutting the light off on people.
That's amazing. Every time you're in
and this is before, before you had a cell phone. Now you could turn a flashlight on, but when you didn't, and it's pitch black, you can't see it. An inch in front of you was the best. You just hear a guy go, "Hey, someone's in here." You just good.
No windows,
And now we're all waiting. We're at the bocce place, so we're all waiting for them to come out. I'm like, all right, he's gonna. I'll let you when he comes out. I go, you guys don't laugh. I got 5 12-year-olds. Don't laugh. And the guy comes out. We're all just sitting there like this. I'm like, this is great.
Not looking guilty at all.
Wow. That's like, if I go in there to do coke or something, all of a sudden the light, I'm like, you fucking asshole.
But
it was a seafood restaurant.
That's that. Mike, when I always go, excuse me, sir.
It was a barbecue restaurant.
Miss, sir. Right. I think that the first time I ever did it, we were in a hotel, me and Bob, and Bob's room was like 6 doors down. And there was a woman like right in front of him. And I'm going in my room, and Bob's way down there, and the woman's right, like Bob's behind the woman. I go, excuse me, miss. And then I just ran, I just opened my door and went in my room. Bob was the only one in the hallway, so nobody else could have said it. I think that's when it originally started. Miss, sir. Yeah, excuse me, miss. And then I would just hide. And what is Bob going to say? That was my friend. There was nobody in the rest of the hallway.
But then you perfected it.
Even when we stopped at like a Burger King or something, people walking out, he's like, "Miss," and I would turn around and look at the girl that's like, or the lady.
Oh yeah, you perfected it.
I'm like, no, I didn't say that.
Because he would just be, Jim would be pointing, like licking, pointing, like. Oh,
you remember the time?
I just did that to my kid the other day at like a frozen yogurt place. He was this woman was in front of the yogurt thing. I go, excuse me, miss. And then she goes, oh, sorry. And I just looked the other way. And he's like, ah.
When we were at the casino, and this lady's playing. And we're all she's playing the slot machines. And Jim goes, you just dropped something.
That's the best because in a casino, the people are so with their chips. and all that stuff. It works perfect. That you drop something and they're like crazed that they drop a chip.
I think I've seen it go on. People are moving the machine.
Yeah, I think it rolled under there. I think it's something shiny over there. They got people moving chairs, moving this out of the way.
There's like 5 people that come over that are playing nearby, helping. Look for nothing.
Why, Mike?
Why would you do that? There's no reason. Now, have you ever had gone on a couple dates with a girl that you like, but then she found out that you do this shit and it just didn't work?
Not really. And it's out there. I don't care.
Right.
Too bad.
Wow, what time is it? Oh, it's almost time to go, Bob. We have things to do.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna go swimming, even though it's cloudy. Who gives a fuck? How's the weather out there? It's like fucking crazy, right?
It's hot, but it's like 88. It's not too bad.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Yeah. They said it was like 100 for like three weeks. Is that Joe Biden or Bob?
That's Joe Biden. He came to my house. Joe Biden came to my house. I was shocked. That's me when I got poison ivy in my eyes.
Oh, so I would like to. Should I read a couple of the of the Artie jokes? And you guys.
So this is our friend Artie Fletcher. So he would tell these jokes. His mind was all over the place. He's a good dude. Deep down, he likes to brag or whatever. But we're used to it in this business. But he would tell these jokes that made no sense, and the crowd a lot of times would laugh. Or like, why are they laughing? So when we work with him, we would sit in the back of the room with a paper and a pen and just write down all the jokes, and we'd send them to Mike, and Mike would put together in a book. Like stuff that made no sense. So these were actual jokes that were on stage that he said.
Yes.
We'll start off with the first one. This was the first one we ever wrote down. In 1997, I'm hung like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Now, what does that mean? I was in the middle of the Dahmer thing. I'm hung like there's no mention of Jeffrey Dahmer's penis. He's never small, big, anything.
And it wasn't leading into anything. This was just threw it out there.
Because there's always you always had that joke. I'm hung like a grapefruit, or I'm hung like a grape.
Right.
Or something, so meaning you're small, but he just threw Jeffrey Dahmer in there because everyone was doing Jeffrey Dahmer jokes.
Let's see. Oh, here. You probably know me from Dirty Dancing. You were holding the camera. What?
Funny,
I remember some. I still remember some. I remember there was one. Some guy was heckling him. He goes, "Sir, I hope you crash into a tree on the way home tonight, and my headshot is in your car."
Yes,
what does that mean?
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Are you in the Marines? Marines are cool. I own 2 of them.
Because that was the whole thing of you own black people or Mexicans. That everyone had a joke like that. I own 2 of them. So he couldn't put the thing together. So Marines, he owns 2. Because he probably saw someone, I own 2 Mexicans or I own 2 black people. Yeah. So he's like, all right, I'll just change it a little. I own 2 Marines.
He's looking at a lobster tank near the stage, and he said, "There's only 1 lobster in there. I guess he's gay."
Come on, this is hilarious. This should be done on stage in front of an audience.
Yeah. How many people have flown in a plane? How many people have been to Newark fucking airport? I guess nobody responded on the first one. Oh, well, he's trying to turn around an old joke. When we started here, there weren't any lights on stage. A black comic was fucked. He looked like a mime with teeth.
A mime with teeth.
But a mime has white face.
I know.
You know what? Let's put this together. I'll do this on stage somewhere.
Okay.
I swear to God, this is hilarious. Keep reading them.
Let's see.
These Tom Myers.
About his upcoming Fox TV show, which wasn't real. I play the annoying guy. I went on the audition. I said to the guy, "You suck. Can you sign me?" Here's one of the classics.
Obama will be my name. Good one, Patrick.
This is one of the classics that is often repeated among us. I was at the nude beach. I was climbing trees.
I remember that one. I was at the nude beach. I was climbing trees. You don't have to climb trees. You could just go to the nude beach. You can walk around. You can look at people. You don't have to climb a tree.
And there's no trees on the beach.
Right.
These are great. Come on, there's got to be more. There's
Yeah,
got to be.
And then we wouldn't we give him a number on a scale of 1 to 10? What it got on a laugh?
Yeah, that
on
was
stage.
Yeah,
that was a 1, so that got nothing.
Yeah,
The
got
10 was the best. There was some that could get like an 8.5, right?
Yeah, yeah. Again, like you said earlier, because he had that rhythm down.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Newark Airport one got 1. Marines Are Cool got 1. Jeffrey Dahmer got 3. Let's see.
I remember he had one. He goes, I was at the airport. There was a good-looking girl was right in front of me at security. I go, she's the bomb. He goes, they beat the shit out of her. What? She's the bomb. They beat the shit out of her. He would do that one like every night.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't just a one-off one.
Right. That was in his set.
Oh, this is from last night.
Oh yeah, and plug your show. Plug That Rocks.
All right, you just did.
All right, That Rocks.
Yeah.
Look for it on your on your platform. This place is empty. I'm going to call the bomb squad and pack the place.
I remember that one.
Like you call the bomb squad to empty the place,
Right.
not to pack it. You see where he was going with it. He was just a little off.
Right. That was a 1. I wore a condom to the prom. At the end of the night, I had a water balloon.
I remember that one. What did that get on a scale of 1 to 10?
I got a
I would
4.
say a 5. Okay.
Yeah.
A 4?
Yeah. This is where he was having an interaction with an audience member, and the punchline was, "I said, officer, you don't want to see the mask and glove in the gun compartment." And, and the patron said, "Glove compartment." Artie said, "What? Glove compartment? What do you think? What the fuck do you think I said? Gun compartment? Whatever." This is a good one. Talking about his girlfriend who had gone to the bathroom. She spends so much time on the seat, she should have her own HBO special.
What did that get?
A 0.
A 0, as it should.
Yeah.
And we're in the back of the room just dying. Like it was so fucking.
I remember like me and Don or me and Mike, if we were opening for him or he was on stage, we're riding down like 100 miles. We couldn't keep up.
Right. Can you get that one?
Did you get that one?
I feel like I'm on Star Search and you're all retarded. I got a 1.
Give me a joke that got like a 7 or an 8 or something.
I don't
like
think
that.
there are any.
There's none?
Yeah. Well, let me look through.
Or at least a 5.
All right. Here's a 5. 2 girls get up from their table. What, are the lesbians leaving? I know one of you are. Got a 5.
Oh my god.
Here's another 5. I hate girls with piercings on their box. It's like playing ring toss.
It's like playing ring.
Got a 5. Let's see. Try to find another 5 here. Here's a 4. Canadians are so polite. They're like, "Good day, eh?" And I'm like, "Fuck you, ma'am." Yeah, Brett's Hollywood Show has asked a couple times for you to tell the story of your brother shitting in his boss's car.
In his boss's car? No, I did it in my brother's car, and my brother was the boss.
Well, I guess that's why he needs the story told.
Well, because he had an old van, a construction van.
Mm-hmm.
So you were on the construction site, everyone's just shitting in spackle buckets. So I did it in a paint can. I put it in my brother's van. It was all dirty. There's a million things in there. I just shoved it in the corner like that, and we're driving, and he finally found it and fired me right there on the spot. I had to walk home because he knew I did it. Who else would do it?
Right. Who else? Yeah. You got an MO. Yeah. So it's not easy or not hard to pin it on you.
Yeah. So there was all this junk in there. So I was like, "There's no way he's going to find it." I shoved it under everything. Why, Mike?
Why? Because it's what you do.
No reason for that.
It's how you've made a career for yourself.
Yeah.
But this is before I was even in the business. Why would I do that?
Well, you knew you were getting into it.
Because this is the only thing you could do. You weren't going to get a real job. That was the beauty of comedy back then. It was like all the misfits.
Yeah. Oh, Jim, they want to know if you have a poop story like Perry. He was in front of an ice cream store and it came out his pants went on the floor. So he picked it up and asked him where the bathroom was.
Really?
Wow. Okay, tell your marathon story. I heard that on someone's podcast recently.
No, I remember we were on the boardwalk and Bob had to go to the bathroom.
No, that was Dennis Ross.
No, we were somewhere and they wouldn't let Bob use the bathroom. Bob's like, look, I gotta go. And the guy's like, it's just the employee bathroom. Bob's like, come on, dude, I have to. I'm gonna shit my pants. The guy goes, how bad do you have to go? Bob goes, the point is sticking out. I never forget that. The guy goes, okay, use it. I remember that. Yeah.
The point of no return.
So yeah, the half marathon that you did, Jim.
Oh yeah. I was down in Tampa, and I was on the radio with Mike Calta, and Bert was in town. He was doing the improv. I was doing the side splitters, and it was like a half marathon in St. Petersburg on that Sunday. He's like, you want to do it? I'm like, yeah, I guess. I never did it. I don't jog. Right. And he's like, all right. I go, yeah, I'll just go do it. Meanwhile, I had like 3 hours. So I went and bought brand new sneakers, a shirt, and shorts. And I guess you're not supposed to wear brand new sneakers. You're supposed to break them in if you're going to do a marathon, which I didn't know. And shit. So I show up there. I walked for we did about like 6 miles, half walk, half just jog. And then I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm out. My feet were killing me. I'm like, yeah, I knew I was going to do 12 and a half miles, I guess it is, or something. Yeah. So I said, look, I'll just meet you guys at the end by the finish line. So there was a Holiday Inn I saw right down the street. So I'm like, I'll go get some breakfast. Why not just kill some time? Because they still had like another 2 hours. I still do that. I still go in the hotels and get the free breakfast.
Right.
Yeah. Like if the days in I'm staying at's shitty, I'll go to the next one over to Courtyard Marriott next door. I'll just walk in there. You just got to look. You just pretend like you know what you're doing. Yeah. Like don't walk in scared. Just walk straight ahead.
Right into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just went. I hung out there. I just had the free breakfast, just hanging. And I saw the finish line was a few blocks away. It was like maybe an eighth of a mile from the finish line. So and there was no like rope or anything like that. So I just joined in the people like an hour and a half later, and I finished. And I guess I was pretty early. And they took down my name, my number, or whatever. And at the end, they were like, for over 50, number one, the person who came in first, Jim Florentine. And I skipped like 7 miles. And I just figured I was going to wait for Bert and Gavin, I think his name's from the Calta show at the finish line. I had no idea. And I came in first in my age bracket. They announced it after the show. And I picked up like a little trophy. I'm like, all right, that's cool.
That's funny.
Oh, man.
Oh, all right. Well, let's let you go. Jim, thanks so much for filling in here and joining us. It's always good to see you.
No.
What animal did she smell like? Thanks, everybody, for hanging out.
Yes.
And so anything else you want to plug?
See, Mike does talk.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
That Rocks is every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/@thatrocks. Joe's our producer, does a great job.
I'm sure there.
And then my podcast, Everybody's Awful, out every Monday.
Every Monday. Well, thanks, Jim.
And you're in Florida right now, Key West, tonight, tomorrow, Saturday.
Thank you. Joe's my agent.
So hit me up with dates in the fall, and I'll definitely lock one in because we definitely would love to go back and have a good time there.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah,
I love it.
Bob, do you have anything you'd like to promote? I'll promote myself first. Let's. What are we doing? All right, Bob, you do yours. I'll do mine. You do yours. I'll do. You do. I'm at Mike Moore Says on X and at Insta Mike Morris on Insta X, and of course, I will be Florentining all over the Shuli Network. Bob?
Check out if you want a pet or something like that. We got a dog from a great place called DogWarriorNC.com. They're in North Carolina. They do a great job. They'll get you the dog you want, and they're really nice dogs there. And you can get it flown out by pilotsandpaws.org. They flew it out to a private place right here.
Wait,
And
how much?
like
You have to buy the dog?
Well, you take care of them. You know what I mean? You give them money.
So they have dogs in North Carolina, and they'll fly it to you.
Yeah, but they're rescues, because people like just let them out in the woods. If they don't want a dog, they just throw it in the woods somewhere, and that's where this dog came from. So never really had any place, but it's smart, and it's a good dog, and they flew it out. But they work on donations, so check it out. I'm gonna do a show for them.
Beautiful.
Might shit in the toilet, an upper decker. And check out my son's band, Fat Mez. They have an EP out on iTunes and that. Fat Mez Loves Cuda. It's very good, and there's a lot more songs coming soon. And my son, he'll have his own album out too, so that'll be pretty cool.
Look, man, you never know. You see that guy, that country guy, Oliver Anthony.
Yeah.
Puts that song out, goes #1 on the Billboard charts. The first time ever in music history that someone that's never charted before, doesn't even have an album out, went right to #1. So it could happen. You just never know.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything's possible now with the internet.
Anything.
So, all right. Well, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, everybody who watched, listened, and thought about it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Good.
Hopefully, Shuli will be able to be here. You can start the music and pop it up there.
Gotta get out of bed.
Frida Shuli.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.